Hello and welcome back to The Deep End. You are listening to Think Outside the Box, a deep dive.
And today we are taking a little detour.
We're looking at something that might be sitting on your sofa right now, probably judging you.
That's right. And before we really get into it, we have a very special shout out to make. We want to welcome all the listeners from Teacher Victoria's ESL class.
Yes, welcome. We are so glad you're here.
And we just want to say, the whole idea of this show is that you don't learn a language by, just studying grammar. You learn it by using it to talk about big ideas.
Exactly. So we aren't going to slow down. We're not going to simplify. We're going to treat you like the smart, curious people you are and just dive in.
And we have quite a stack of research to dive into. Academic studies, psychology profiles, even a documentary.
So today's topic, on the surface, it sounds simple. It's the age-old rivalry, cats versus dogs.
A debate as old as civilization, practically.
But here's the hook. This isn't about which one is cuter. The research we've got suggests the choice between being a cat person or a dog person. It isn't really about the animal.
Not at all. It's about us. It's a mirror.
A mirror for our psychology, our evolution, all of it. So our mission for this deep dive is to try and answer that one big question. Do we choose our pets, or do our pets actually reflect who we already are?
That is the question.
Yeah.
And I think the answer is a little bit of both.
Okay, so let's start with the who are we part, the psychology. I want to jump into that huge study from Carroll University.
Oh, yeah. The one with, 200,000 people?
200,000 people. I mean, that's a massive sample size. It's hard to argue with data that big.
You can't. And the results, they kind of confirm the stereotypes, but with, a bit more nuance. They found this really clear personality split.
Let's start with dog people. They were described as more extroverted, more agreeable, but the word that really stuck with me was expansive.
Expansive is a great word for it. Just think about a dog, physically. It wags its tail, it runs up to you, it takes up space, it projects its energy outward.
Right. And the study suggests the owners sort of mirror that.
They do. They want to be out there.
Mm-hmm.
The lead researcher said that when you walk a dog, you're sending a signal to the world. You're saying, I'm open for business. Come talk to me.
You're expanding your social circle just by holding a leash.
Precisely. It's a social lubricant. But then you compare that to the cat people.
Right. The study found they were more introverted, more sensitive, and here's the controversial one, they often had higher levels of education.
I'm sure the dog owners listening just loved hearing that.
Well, it's not really about being smarter, is it? It's more about the kind of stimulation you're looking for.
Exactly. It's about nonconformity.
Huh.
Cat people appreciate sarcasm, subtle humor. You can't really do slapstick for a cat.
No, a cat will just stare at you until you feel ashamed and stop.
It will. And this all feeds into what some call the kindred spirit theory. You're not just picking a pet, you're picking a lifestyle partner.
A partner whose energy matches yours.
Yes. If you're a person who wants to sit and read for 4 hours, a dog is going to be incredibly stressed out by that. A cat, though.
A cat is happy to be near you, but it doesn't need to be the main event.
It matches that introverted energy. Which actually brings us to that Psychology Today article. The author tried to figure out who's happier, cat owners or dog owners.
I loved this one. He tries so hard to be scientific about it.
He does, but he admits right away that dogs are people pleasers. You ask a dog owner, are you happy? And the dog's right there wagging its tail, so of course they say yes.
Whereas the cats, he suggests they might be sabotaging the study.
Which honestly sounds about right.
So what was the verdict?
It was basically a statistical tie. Both pets are great for lowering stress, but he did give the win to dogs in one area. Social connection.
Because they force you to leave the house.
You have no choice. You have to go to the dog park, the vet. You're forced to engage. You don't really see a lot of cat parks.
Can you imagine a cat park? It would just be a field where 100 cats are silently ignoring each other.
And their owners are all standing around not making eye contact.
Okay, so that's the psychology, but I want to go deeper. The PBS Nature Source got into the actual biology, the neuroscience of this bond.
Yeah, this is where it gets really gripping. They started talking about mirror neurons.
Let's break that down. What exactly is a mirror neuron?
So, simply put, they're the brain cells for empathy. They fire when you do something, but they also fire when you see someone else do that same thing.
So when I see you smile, my brain acts like I'm smiling.
That's it. It lets you feel what they're feeling. And the big breakthrough is that this works across species, between us and our pets.
That's incredible. So it's a real biological event. My brain is actually synchronizing with my dogs.
Correct. It's the result of coevolution. We didn't just tame them. We evolved together. We changed them and they changed us.
But the way they communicate is so different. The PBS source used the word congruent to describe dogs.
Congruent, yeah. It just means what's on the inside matches what's on the outside. If a dog is happy, it wags its tail. If it's scared, it tucks its tail. There's no mystery.
It's authentic. We can read it easily.
We can. Now cats. Cats are more complex. They have this concept that researchers called time sharing.
This blew my mind. Time sharing.
We think spatially. We think, this is my chair. But cats think in terms of time. So one cat owns a sunny spot on the rug from 9 to 11.
And then the lease is up.
The lease is up. So the next cat takes over. They don't need to fight over the space because they've already scheduled it.
So we think they're being aloof, but they're just waiting for their time slot.
Exactly. And there was this one behaviorist who said, to understand cats, you have to look through the feminine window.
An interesting phrase. What does she mean by that?
She was talking about archetypal energy. Dogs have this direct, masculine, now energy. But cats, she argued, have a more soulful, feminine depth. You have to be still. You have to observe.
Observation versus action. That's a perfect transition to the biggest myth of all, that cats are untrainable.
Oh, the classic. Yeah, you can't train a cat.
But it's completely false. I mean, the PBS source showed a cat agility competition.
Cat agility, yes.
Yeah.
Jumping through hoops, weaving through poles.
They can do all of it.
They can do it all, but, and this is the absolute key, their motivation is totally different.
Okay, so why does a dog do it? For a treat.
For a treat, yes, but more importantly for your approval. You're the pack leader. They live for that good boy.
Yeah, the cat.
A cat could not care less about your approval. A cat does it because it's a fun game. It taps into their predator instincts. You can't command a cat.
Yeah.
You have to convince it to play.
You have to work with their nature. Which brings us to that Meet Your Match program in shelters.
Oh, this is brilliant. They're moving away from breed stereotypes and using a personality color code. Purple, orange, and green.
So what do the colors mean? I feel like our listeners could use this for themselves.
Okay, so a purple animal is low-key, gentle, maybe a bit shy, a perfect fit for a quiet home.
And orange.
Orange is your middle-of-the-road, easygoing, adaptable pet. A green, though.
Green is high octane.
High octane. Bold, energetic, needs a lot of stimulation, and this is why it's about energy, not species. You could have a green cat that's more intense than a purple dog.
It's all about that match. Which leads to this idea of the master versus the observer owner.
Yeah, this part was really profound. Some owners are masters. They want obedience, control. They get frustrated with cats because cats don't submit.
And the observer?
The observer is just curious. They want to coexist. They're a guardian, not a master.
Guardian versus master. That feels like the perfect pivot to our final source, the essay, The Responsibility of Compassion.
This piece really changes the whole conversation. It shifts from, what do I want from a pet, to what does this living being need from me?
Right. It's a needs assessment. Dogs need routine, they need your presence. Cats need safety, stimulation, and respect for their boundaries.
And that's a heavy responsibility.
There was that one story in the PBS documentary that it drove this all home. The story of Jerry.
Oh, Jerry, the three-legged dog.
He got cancer, had his leg amputated, and his owners, they did something just radical.
They sold everything. Their business, their house, they bought an RV.
And they just traveled with him for his last few months, taking him to all his favorite places.
The lesson they took from it was about time.
Yeah. The owner said something I'll never forget. Dogs always know what time it is. Now.
Now. That's it, isn't it? Dogs pull us into the present moment. They stop us from worrying about tomorrow or regretting yesterday.
And cats do it too, just in a different way. They force you to be quiet, to be still, to just observe.
They anchor us.
So when you put it all together, the psychology, the neuroscience, the philosophy, what's the final verdict here?
The verdict is that cat person versus dog person is a false choice.
A false dichotomy.
It is. They're just two different paths to the same goal. And that goal is building a bridge of empathy and trust with another species.
It's not about which animal is better, but which connection helps you become a better human.
That's it.
Okay, before we go, we have to leave everyone with a final thought, something to chew on.
Right. So we've talked a lot about training, us training our pets. We see ourselves as the teachers.
We're the ones with the big brains.
But are we? I mean, think about it. You get up at 6 a.m. because the cat wants breakfast.
Yeah.
You leave a party early because the dog needs to go out. You arrange your furniture so the dog can look out the window.
Okay, I feel personally attacked right now.
My point is, We think we've trained them. But if you look at how much our lives, our schedules, our homes revolve around them, who really trained whom?
That is a deeply unsettling question. I think my cat has definitely trained me. Well, on that note, we have a little homework for you, especially for the students in Teacher Victoria's class.
Yes, we'd love to hear from you.
Message Teacher Victoria. Tell her if you're a dog person or a cat person, but then go deeper. Using the language from today, are you a purple, orange, or green personality?
This is a great way to put these ideas into practice.
Definitely. Message Teacher Victoria and let her know.
And tell her if you think you've been trained by your pet.
Thank you all so much for listening to this deep dive.
Keep learning.
And keep thinking outside the box. Bye for now.